Hello, this is Defensive Architect, and today we're going to do commentary on a regular season game between the Carolina Panthers and the Dallas Cowboys. This is definitely a game that we need. We are number one in the division, as you can see at the bottom, but Dallas has an edge on us because they are a game above us in terms of the overall NFC standings. So we absolutely need to win this game. Defensively, our statistics are looking really stellar right now. We're number one in defensive overall ranking, which means that we have been putting a lot of emphasis on minimizing yardage, unlike the other season, last season, when we pretty much were in the middle of the pack in defensive ranking. But this season we have improved upon that, and now we're number one in overall defense. We're also top 10 in defensive touchdown allowed, and we're also second in sacks. So we've been getting to the quarterback while maintaining coverage, which also leads us to the takeaways because we are 13th in takeaways. Now, because of the sacks and because of the yardage, the overall yardage, we've been getting off the field fairly quickly, which means that when that happens, that tends to take away from the takeaways, no pun intended. So you are going to sacrifice takeaways when you concentrate on sacks, or you're concentrating on overall defensive yardage, because you're trying to get off the field as fast as possible. You're trying to get 3 and outs, things of that nature. So you're not necessarily concentrated on getting takeaways, which is usually the bread and butter of my defenses. I usually do focus on takeaways because of my audibling style and also my overall defensive style. We have greatly improved on our red zone defense, which is number 6 in the league. So we're 6th in the league in red zone defense, and that's really, really good because that means that not only are we minimizing teams from getting down the field, but we're also minimizing the amount of times that they actually reach the red zone. So that's a great improvement. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with our commentary between the Carolina Panthers and the Dallas Cowboys. Hey, fellow architects. This is James Anderson, the Defensive Architect. Today we're going to do commentary on the Dallas Cowboys versus the Carolina Panthers. And this game was an interesting game, to say the least. And let's get to it. So we're getting ready to kick the ball off here to them. We, at this point, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we're like top 3 in defense, overall defense. And we are, not surprisingly, top 5 in takeaways, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. But so we're doing fairly well this season. This game was pretty good. I think we did an average job defensively in this game. Dallas is always a tough opponent, no matter what their personnel is, and this was no different. So we tried to control the game through our offense. I think we were having some issues there too, but we needed to really just do what we could against this team, because that should have been a pick. My goodness. That should have been a pick. But we needed to do whatever we could against this team. I mean, because they were trying to mix things up too. Most teams try to mix things up against us because we are top 5 in defense. But it was like we were just ready for most of what they were dishing out. But That was a 3-and-out. Should have been a pick in the last play, but the play before, and but we got a 3-and-out, and that's that. Now we did kind of started driving the ball down the field, but we ended up punting, and we pretty much cornered them to the 1-yard line. So hopefully we don't suffer from the which we didn't. Okay, I thought we were going to suffer from the 99-yard cheese, but we pretty much stalled them there, and we have really, really good field position, and we scored on offense because of our field position. We definitely needed that, so thank goodness for that. But we scored there, and now it's the beginning of the second quarter, and their quarterback only has 32 passing yards. So we have made some tremendous improvement in our pass defense. And, the thing is, though, is we have to be consistent. That's the whole thing with this. We've got to be consistent with our pass defense, because, it's like at some point throughout the season or throughout a game, we just start slipping away, and our defense just starts, slipping a little bit. I also apologize in advance for the video quality if it starts to kind of go in and out, things of that nature, because I am playing this on Stadia, so the internet connection for whatever reason was getting a little bit shaky, so that's why it's fluttering and kind of doing all this pixelating things and stuff. So I apologize in advance for that if that kind of annoys you. But at any rate, we still managed to get through that issue and have a good defensive game. Okay, so a lot of teams, they try to play the quick game against us, the short game. What they don't know is that we don't mind the quick game. We don't mind the short game. That's the whole bulk of our defense. It's to force teams to drive down the field, which is what they're doing right now. They've taken off about 3.5, 4 minutes off the clock so far. So, that's okay with us. As long as you don't throw it over the top, everything's fine. It's all good. As long as it's underneath, and, we could converge quickly and all that good stuff, and hold quarterbacks down to, less than 100 yards, at least in the first quarter and a half, and, the first 2 quarters. That's always tremendous. Quick game again, running that curl route. They keep running those hook routes and stuff. So they're trying to get rid of the ball fast, because our front seven is very dominant at the line of scrimmage. So if you hold the ball too long, you're going to get sacked pretty much. It's pretty much a guaranteed sack. Whatever that was, that should have been broken up immediately, because I don't know what that was after the snap. So they got some yards, from that little silly play. We're pretty much being driven down the field now. They're going to have the ball for almost 6 minutes at this point. So, they're going to have the ball well beyond 6 minutes. We're going back to the 4-3 scheme here. We're going to see if we can kind of get something going here. We can get a sack or something. Okay, so I flipped to a zone blitz, and that didn't work at all. So they score there. They put themselves on the board, and congrats to them. Okay, it is the NFL, so you're not gonna shut guys out every single game, all that kind of stuff. But you at least want to contain these teams. So they held the ball for like 7 minutes. And we held the ball for like 4 minutes or 5 minutes or so. And we scored. And now we're up 14-7. So our offense is doing a decent job, which is what we need in order for us to really be a cohesive unit and have a really good season. We need to make sure that, we take care of the ball on offense, because that's been the Achilles heel on this Panther team. It's been the turnovers. So we got to get that honed down. But so far, so good. We're doing really good on offense, and we're up by a touchdown. They're trying to work on their running game here. They broke off for a really good run. So this guy has about 39 yards rushing. So they're going to get him the ball a little bit more. I can already tell that. And most teams do this, because once we kind of shut the pass down a little bit, then they start turning to their quick game or their run game. So it's kind of what they start doing. So now they're trying to spread us out. They're trying to get some slants. They're trying to get some quick game going again. So they're trying to get first downs. They're trying to move the ball down the field so they can get their score on before halftime. So there we go with that. Guy got loose underneath. Okay. Some of these plays, I don't even know what the heck these routes are. I'm assuming that was a tight end angle route. I'm not sure what that was, but sometimes some of these routes look kind of quirky and look kind of cheesy. So, I don't know if these are cheesy routes or what sometimes, but, I don't know. Sometimes I just kind of look and and watch these guys and we'll watch these teams and a lot of these routes, some of these teams perform just to get a pass completion or whatever. It's just kind of weird to me sometimes how they run these routes. But anyway, yeah, so we're doing well. It's 3rd and 8. They're trying to spread us out again, so they can kind of get these angle routes or these in routes and stuff. There goes another one. And the thing is, I have to pick and choose. And you're going to have to pick and choose when you're playing defense. You're going to have to pick and choose, even if it's a first down. I'd rather it be like a 9-yard first down instead of a 20-yard touchdown or a 20-yard first down. So I don't mind these short passes and all this kind of stuff. And as you can see there, if they hold the ball too long, then we're going to get to them. It will be a sack, and more than likely it's going to be a coverage sack. So either way, they got to pick their poison just like we got to pick ours. And sometimes they will hold the ball long enough to try to make a big play. But, so far here, they're just dinking and dunking and wasting a lot of time. So hopefully we can stop them here at this 3rd and 10. And there goes another first down. Another first down on these short passes. So, I think that's going to be a touchdown. Yeah. So they tied the game at halftime, which is fine. Like I said, it's the NFL. Things like this is going to happen. They're reviewing the play, but of course it's good. So second half, things got interesting. I think what happened was we fumbled on offense after, having the ball X amount of time. We fumbled on offense. They picked up the fumble and scored. So it was a fumble sack. And they took it to the house. But the next possession after that, we scored a touchdown. So, and we missed the extra point, of course. So now we're down by 1 in this third quarter. And we're trying to contain them. But once again, just like every team that plays against us, they're pretty much throwing all kinds of stuff at us because they're winning, just because of the fact that they're up. They're going to now mix a whole bunch of stuff up even more. And there goes another wild play there. Another wild play, we done gave up an in route. So we definitely have to clean those things up throughout the season, because, we can't keep allowing these medium routes and all this kind of stuff. There goes a screenplay, and they score there. So, okay, so they score, and we threw another pick. well, not another pick, but we threw a pick. We turned the ball. I should say we turned the ball over again, and now they have the ball, and I think they're going to win this game. Um, yeah, I think they're going to win this game here. They're up by a touchdown. They're trying to, yeah, get a first down on us, and they do. So we have to use a timeout at this point. But yeah, there are games where a team will be up, and just like what they're doing right now, they're passing the ball. They'll put themselves in this spread offense, and there are times where sometimes they'll run the ball like that, and we'll get a fumble. Other times they'll actually pass, calling themselves trying to throw us off. They'll pass, and then we get a pick or something. But I think this is a loss here. I think this is pretty much a loss. So, I think they're like going to run the ball one more time. And in situations like this, I don't use my timeouts. I don't do anything like that. I pretty much just kind of keep the game where it is. I tend to I tend to concentrate on making the score look a little bit more pretty. I guess you could say that. And look a lot less than and look a lot least worse than whatever it may look like, or what it would look like if you watch the game. But yeah, anyway, I tend to just let the time run out, just take my L's, and just let bygones be bygones and stuff like that. So yeah, that was that. It was a pretty decent game. We lost this game, and so now we're 3-3. But I think we can turn things around and kind of get things going. But yeah, so thanks for watching this. This is the Defensive Architect. Until next time, you guys have a great day.